be mind. Then the purpose of that is not to go around killing people from that story. The purpose of that story is to show that any quality of mind can be cultivated through habituation. So with the fourth of the four forces, restraining yourself, you have to fight. You have to fight. It's very difficult. And slowly build up the habituation of doing virtue as opposed to non-virtue. It's very difficult because you have countless lifetimes of bad deeds and mental affliction coming, ripening in your mind. So it's very difficult. Any person who is recovering from drug addiction or alcohol addiction or sex addiction or whatever food addiction can tell you to stop a specific action. It's very difficult. Then one way of getting towards a mind which is prepared to have the direct perception of bodhicitta is purifying it through the four forces. Then you can collect good deeds. Then there are ways to collect good deeds, and we do them every day in our when you come into meditation and you go for refuge and you generate bodhicitta. Then there's Geshe Chekawa goes into other ways of collecting good seeds, collecting virtuous seeds to get this bodhicitta. One is yirang. Yirang means rejoicing. Then there's three levels of rejoicing. One is rejoicing with the motivation of just keep me out of the lower realms, the bad places. Okay? That's one level. Then another level is, oh, please, can I get to the nirvana? Then I have no more problems in my mind, ever. Then there's another level of rejoicing. Then you rejoice in the good deeds you or other people do with the motivation of Buddhahood, omniscience. Then there's the three levels of how a practitioner can motivate themselves. The first one, the one just to keep out of the lower realms, rejoicing in that, taking joy in doing good deeds, both that you do and other people do, then that's the lowest kind of Buddhist motivation. It's the entry-level position in Buddhism. Then there's Dunma. Then that's asking teachers to teach, and sometimes you don't want what they teach. That's this one is asking. There's one way is asking, putting a formal letter to Lama's office, and the secretary answers and says, "Yeah, we'll send a teacher to come teach at your center." That's one way of doing this. But another way is in meditation saying, "Please." Send me all my teachers, all the patience testers, all the people that throughout the day will teach me and tame my mind. This one is most difficult because these people usually get you really pissed off. Very difficult. Be careful what you ask for. You may get it. These people want to annoy you. And in doing so, they help cultivate your mind as a Buddhist, a virtuous mind. In the sutras they say, who will I become a Buddha around? Will it be around Buddhas and Bodhisattvas? And then they say, no, you won't become. Who do you think you're becoming Buddhas around? You'll be becoming Buddhas and Bodhisattvas around all the suffering beings who test your patience, who you want to hit on the head sometimes, who you can't stand, annoy you. These are the people that will tame your mind. The great Indian Pandit Lord Atisha, Jowoche, Tibetan, he had a servant, and this servant always tested his patience. Then one of his other servants said, "Why why does he disrespect you that way? Would you like me to replace him? And then Bodhichitta said, no, 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 please, no, no, don't take my patience tester away. What would I do without him? He helps my spiritual practice. Then Swandep. Swandep means asking teachers not to pass away. I had the extreme misfortune of watching my great, most holy Lama pass away. Very sad. And, you know, I took him for granted many years. Very lazy monk, don't want to study, don't want to do Lojong, which is monk's vow purification, vow ceremony. Don't want to do Seichu, which is tantric gathering. Don't want to recite, you know, memorize scriptures. Then he gives me some advice. I never take it. Always do the opposite. And I took him for granted. Only recently, when I was speaking with another monk, did he mentioned to me that my teacher was one of the most knowledgeable Buddhist teachers that there was. And, you know, I took him for granted like he was just some dude, old Tibetan dude. Then Ngo, Ngo is that prayer that we have at the end of the class. Gyawadi, Gyokun, that kind of thing. That is dedication. Wanting to take all of your virtue, anything that you have that's good, positive energy, and giving it to people, the beings who suffer, offering it to them nicely, to get them out of their bed. In Bodhisattva Charabhatara, Master Shantideva, who's right here on the wall here, he said, he has a beautiful dedication at the end of the book where he prays that he can be a cool rain for the beings in the hot hells, totally screwing up the hot hells where they become nice places. And then he prays that he can be the virtue, the actual virtue, like the leisure and fortune. These beings can then come out of the hells, live as a human, and then actually praying to take care of them, actually giving them food and a house and clothes, and then praying that you can be their teacher and teach them the Dharma, and then make them Buddhas. You can do that in the Tonglen meditation. After you're done with doing you and neutral people and some of the people you love and hate, then you can go on to trying to empty the hells and doing this meditation. Most profound meditation, actually saving people from the hells. And then Master Shantideva, you know, takes the people in the hungry ghost realm and offers them nice food and bodies so that they can eat nicely, because in that realm everything's pus and they can't eat and everything hurts. Then the animal realm, he prays and gives them, offers to them, dedicates to them the virtue of knowing good from bad, from morality, because animals are always eating each other